Hello there everybody, the Collector 75 here, and we're back with another Transformers review. This time I'm back with a Transformers official Collector's Convention figure from way back in 2004. I think I bought this probably around then, maybe 2005, maybe 2006. Can't remember exactly. I do believe I got it from Auto Assembly for about 60 quid, something like that. It was supposed to be obviously brand new in the box, and it was, but unfortunately mine, well, I've just found out, I'm missing the instructions, which was a little bit of a pain in the arse. But saying that, the figure is absolutely in mint condition. Well, as far as I can tell, there was a little black tab that seemed to have snapped off from somewhere, though I've gone over the figure and I can't actually find it yet. I haven't actually transformed it, so maybe it's missing in robot mode. So who knows. Let me just show you the box, because I do like this. This is actually a Transformers Universe figure, when it used to be the Universe. Here's the box. Nice little picture of MEGAZARAK there. I actually just realised I actually forgot to say the actual name of the figure. This is MEGAZARAK, and it's from the Transformers Universe line. And this is just a black sort of repaint of Armada Megatron. And I'm not quite sure if it's supposed to be a homage to... is it the Japanese Black Zarak? I'm not totally sure, because obviously some of the colours are quite reminiscent. Though he does come with his own bio, and I don't know if it's going to zoom in. You can always pause it and read it if you want. And you can see there's his MEGAZARAK, and his function is Warlord. And his motto is... Let me just see if I can get this straight for you. There you go. Functioning is a privilege, not a right. And it says he's hunting down the last Autobot who's eluded him, which is Defensor. And I don't know if it was those mini micromasters that came out in the Defensor colours. I can't really remember if it was referring to him or not. Anyway, let's get on to the actual figure. Like I said, this was a recolour of Armada Megatron. I do have Armada Megatron. I've just never taken it out the box, and the same goes with Armada Galvatron. I may have taken that one out of the box actually, because I've got the Japanese, I can't remember what they were called in Japan. It wasn't Super Link, it was something else. Can't remember what they were called in Japan. It wasn't Armada, it was something else. Yeah, but that one came in a box that you could more take it out of, a bit like this one actually, because it came with the moulded plastic inserts that just mould around the figure, which is a lot better in my eyes. I wish more things would do that, because it allows you to take them out of the box, a bit like the old G1 days. Yeah, so this is actually the first time I've actually played with this figure. I'll say play with it, I ain't really played with it. It's actually really, really good. I love it. I did watch some other review on YouTube about this, and he did say it reminds him of a Generation 1 figure, and if I'm honest, yeah, it does, in a lot of good ways and bad ways. The bad ways are obviously the articulation. It's really limited in articulation, but the good ways, in vehicle mode, it's actually really good. I think this is probably one of my favourite tank formers. I mean, it is absolutely fantastic. The turret will do a complete rotation. Absolutely brilliant. What else have we got here? We got painted details all over this fella. I love the weird sky blue plastic used for that. I think it's absolutely brilliant. I love all the detail. The tracks are absolutely brilliant. And he's got mini con ports all over him. This little fella down here, just going to come on to him very quickly. This little fella is called Caliburn, and is a repaint of his Leader 1 mini con. It actually calls him a micromaster in this, so I don't know if there's any particular reason behind that or not. I don't know. Caliburn, as far as I can figure out, is a new figure. It's not an old one, unless they're referring to Caliburst from, I believe he was a Target Master for a Slug Sling, or not Trigger Happy, I think that was Amos. Trigger Happy or the other fella, Misfire. No, Trigger Happy or Slug Slinger, one of them. But I don't know. But anyway, we'll come on to him in a minute. Anyway, let's have a look at this figure again, because it is absolutely brilliant. It is a great figure. I don't know if this is slightly reminiscent of the G2 Megatron. It does sort of hold a little bit of that for me. I don't know, maybe not. I love the claws here. This is obviously MEGAZARAK's head. They're on sort of like a weird sort of a springy joint there, so you can sort of like clasp them, and it can clasp sort of little minifigures and everything like that. Like I said before, it's got, I'm not quite sure if it's 10 or 11 mini-con ports, and of course with the idea behind the mini-cons is when they plug them in, they become super powered and everything like that. If you want my opinion, a great idea, just shame about the execution. So what it did is that the figure would have all these functions locked away, and then you would need minicons to activate them, thus giving them their supposedly superpowers, which I thought, you know, fair enough, works kind of. I believe they didn't take the electronics out of this. I don't know because I haven't got any batteries, but it looks like there's an LED in this little clear plastic in that little bit there. Can't think of the word. Yeah, so and I believe it was activated when you put Caliburn into this little mini port here, and we do this by doing that. If he wants to go in, which he's probably not going to want to bloody bother. Anyway, so that goes in like that, and then this will activate these guns. So we push them all the way back, come back, and then come across, and that will lock them in. And that looks pretty cool to me. It looks like a couple of extra missile launchers. Then you can fire the missiles using these little tabs just on here. They're not great, if I'm honest with you. I've been trying to fire them earlier, and they don't really want to do a lot. No, it's fucking shit. Oh, well, there we go. You've got to push them in really far. Yep, there we go. That's pretty good, if you want my opinion. And you can then just rotate them back, and you can take them back. He has another one on here, and I don't know what exactly you're supposed to do with this one. I don't know if it just rotates around or something like that, but it makes another firing noise as far as I know. And then he's just got these little ports all over him. The rest of them don't really do a lot. Let's have a look. But he does have a lot of other little features. I love this. This is a minicon cell, which is great. You pull that out, and then you just sort of open it up like that, and you can put a minicon in there. That is actually quite a cool little feature, that. And then you can close it up, providing you've got a minicon that fits in there. And then it goes back in. Staying on this, he has this for some, I don't know what it's supposed to do. You open it out, and I love the gold in there. I think that is really, really good. But that just unlocks loads more minicon ports. And it's alright as features go, I suppose. It's not too bad. And you just close them all back up, and it clicks back into place. Then you come around to this side, and on this one, he has another cell or something. He has this flips down. Rotate that around to form some sort of ramp, so I'm not quite sure what's going to happen, but then you push this out, and you can see this little clawed sort of claw. And that, I suppose, a minicon would either drive up. Why he would drive up, I don't know. And then this claw would grasp him and take him in here and hold him prisoner. Like I said, why would he drive up? Surely he's going to notice Megatron's. Well, it's Megatron. So who knows? I'm not quite sure the idea behind that one. But again, as little features go, it's not that bad. And I believe that's it. He does have this. This doesn't really activate. It just sort of moves around a bit. And this. You can move this. I don't know the point of that one, but there we go. He's got it, so there we go. Now he does have his main gun. It will move upwards quite a good degree, and so it gives him a great tank look, and he looks brilliant, this tank mode. I'll tell you that now. The gun is a friction gun, so what you've got to do, I'm going to try and hold it from here, and then you've got to clasp this even, and there we go. And then that goes on the floor. It's gone in the same place as the other ones. That's handy. And it's alright. I don't mind it. Again, it just looks really great. This is a great figure, this one. As paint applications go, I'm not quite sure what they've done here. I don't know if you can see this, but where they've painted this grill section, some of them are actually filled in. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that or not, but it looks alright. Right, I think that's about it for the actual vehicle mode. Let's start transforming him. Before I do, let's just move on to Caliburn, actually. This is his so-called micromaster or minicon. And he's some sort of like weird, I don't know, June buggy, moon buggy maybe, or something like that, but he's got a couple of guns there. I believe this guy was also used for, is it the Cybertron Metroplex? Not quite sure, or a slight retool of him. It's alright, all the wheels move and everything. It's not bad, actually. Some of the minicons were actually really good. Some of them are pretty damn dire. But you know, his transformation is pretty simple, much like the old Micromasters back in about 1989, to be honest. But he's alright, he's not too bad. He's got his little funky arms, and he's got his little minicon symbol. I don't know if he's going to zoom in on it there. And it looks alright, you know, as minicons go. Anyway, right, so let's move on to Megatron. Now then, I don't know if this is going to fit onto my camera or not, so I'm going to have to adjust my camera in a minute. Right, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to move these up here. These are going to become his toes. Then we're going to turn this fella over. These are going to become his heel spurs. Flip them out. Then we just pull down his legs, like so. And there we have his legs, even though they're the wrong way. But we're going to sort that out in a second. The next thing we do is we clasp his top section and pull that upwards. Then if I just come back, actually, that should be all right for the minute. Then we're just going to move that down to... can't remember, actually. We're going to move this around. Which one do we do first? This is where it gets a little bit finicky, because I don't exactly always know how this goes. There we go. What am I doing wrong? Ah, there we go. It's on a few different rotational joints, that's the problem. Anyway, so once you've got it round, close that back up, and there we have it. Right, let me just adjust it slightly so we can get a better angle of him. There we go. So once you're in this place, it's a bit loose for some reason. Maybe it's that tab, that mystery tab. Who knows? But I'll have a look at that a bit later. Close that bloody back up. Anyway, we open up these little side panels, and then we're going to flip his arms down. If you can get the bloody things out. There we go. Do the same on this side. There he is. I'll tell you what we're going to do with this bloody gun. We're going to put that forward, and that will stop it bloody moving. Then we rotate that down. Then we close these back up. There we have his arms. This hand is around the wrong way, but that don't matter. And there we have it. And then all we've got to do now is go for the face reveal, and you just push that down like that, revealing Megazarak's head. And if you want my opinion, it looks a great robot. Just a shame about the articulation. I don't know if these will move. These will move like that, so you can give his arms a little bit more movement. His legs, unfortunately, are only going to move out. Let me just move it back a little bit. Out to the side. A bit like the old Generation 1. That is a shame. But if you want my opinion, this is actually a brilliant figure. Let me just get a close up on the head there. I don't know if the head does rotate. It does, to the side. And he's got these giant fuck off ears. Absolutely fucking brilliant, they do. Oh, I love them, they're brilliant. Right, now with Caliburn, you can also transform him into his gun mode, which is basically just folding them out like that. And then he'll basically, if I can put him on, there we go, just fits onto the side like that, giving him some sort of armament. This big gun here obviously is supposed to represent Megatron's old fusion cannon back from the G1 days, because that's what they used to like do. They do with Megatron these days, is they still do give him some type of giant gun. Right, for gimmicks in this mode, I don't think he's got too many. The only one I know of is if you then, with this arm, push this forward, he then looks like he's holding some sort of blade. Don't know if it's going to show up too well. There you go. But it looks alright, you know, that's as gimmicks go, it's not the worst one by any means. I actually think this is probably one of the best convention toys I've seen. Actually, yeah, mainly just because it's a great repaint. I know you could, let me just see if I can straighten up slightly. Yeah, I know you could attach, is it Armada Tidal Wave to Armada Megatron. I might try and do that. I might try and get my Armada Galvatron out and then use Tidal Wave and do a review on that at some point, because that is another figure I do like. But this is definitely a great figure. You can, if you wanted to, turn the barrel around and have the barrel on this side if you wanted to. Really, really good, actually. I'm definitely pleased with this. Yeah. I don't know how much these figures go for these days on the internet, I don't know. But if you can pick one up, or just pick up any of the Armada Megatrons or Galvatron, absolutely, that would be brilliant. Anyway, this has been Graham, the Collector 75. I hope you like this review, and I shall see you all next time. Bye for now.